Hello, hello. It has been a little while since I did a live stream. Life got a little bit busy, taking care of some business, moving along with my CFII in real life, finally getting somewhere with that anyway. And the holidays, of course, pretty busy, trying to see the family and take care of everything that needed to be taken care of on that end. But I had some time before the new year to do a little bit of a flight here. It's going to be the last flight of the year, last stream of the year, and hopefully it goes really well. Still waiting out Microsoft 2024 just because of all the bugs and everything that still exists within the career mode. The bugs are still too much for my taste, so I just wanted to wait it out until improvements were made, things were fixed, and it was a little bit easier to get a better rating given all the bugs and everything involved. But anyway, I got kind of interested in flying the Vision Jet again in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 because the one in 2024 is okay, but it's a little buggy, a little bit broken. Things don't work as they probably should, so I wanted to go back to the Flight Sim 2020 and go with the Vision Jet that was third party and last I remembered worked just fine. So we're going to get back into it, and we're going to do a flight around the area in which I'm familiar with flying, and doing Fargo to Duluth, and then Duluth to Flying Cloud, which is in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, if we have enough time to do so, and then we'll end it there. We are on the VATSIM network today, so we'll go ahead and get in this plane and get started so we can get this show on the road. Oof. Alright, we turned our radios on. I was wondering if my radio panel was going to work, but I realized that the battery is off, so the radio panel would probably be off with it as well. Alright, the battery 1, battery 2, generator 1, generator 2 are all on. I love to see it. Alright, so the good thing about this is that it likes to have the checklist here. That's the one thing I'm really excited for, is having this checklist inside of the plane, which 2024 does not have yet. So the pre-flight inspection is complete, so we can push this knob down to complete it. Our door is latched. Parking brake we'll leave on for now. Batteries 1 and 2 are on. Gens 1 and 2 are on. We're not going to use the GPU. We're just going to do this the old-fashioned way. So let's go back where... First thing I want to do is go to aircraft systems, do the status and info. Everything's in the green, oxygen, gas, cool. Check the engine and fuel. We are going with topped off tanks. We're just simulating flying ourselves, no passengers or anything like that. So we're going full tanks, plenty of fuel to make both trips. The battery, we're at a discharge because the engine's not running yet, so we'll take care of that momentarily. I do want to get to the initialization page, which I almost forgot how to do that. Is that the VAMS page? Let's go ahead and take our chocks and covers and all that stuff. I forgot that all this stuff existed. Why don't we say we're taking a snowboarding trip? Status, oh, don't want to do that. Headphones we don't need right now. Okay. So we have the checklist. I just want to know utilities. Initialization, there we go, that's what I'm looking for. Data space status, we do have a Navigraph available, but it's out of date. So we're just going to roll with what we have in my 4Flight app. System tests, we'll go ahead and run those tests right now.
Stall.
Alright. Cool. Our emergency tests are done. System test, initial fuel. We're going to go ahead and fob sync that. 298 gallons. That's good. That is synced. Go down, weight and balance. We have a pilot, 180. Right seat's 180, which is what I set in the weight and balance before loading the sim, so it matches. I'm happy with that. Now we're going to do the flight plan, and we're going to add the origin, which we're at Fargo, Kilo Foxtrot Alpha Romeo. Our destination is Kilo Delta Lima Hotel, which is Duluth. And we do have an en route waypoint, which is Nebs, November Echo, Bravo Bravo, Sierra, and that's it. Then we're probably going from Nebs straight into our approach, whatever approach we're doing into Duluth. Looking at the weather in Duluth to try and figure out what type of approach we're seeing. Minnesota has been extremely low vis for the most part, and it has pretty much covered the entire state. So, yep, visibility is 1 statute mile. Runway 9er visibility is about 6,000 feet. Okay, so it's not terrible, but we do have some low vis, so we're going to expect the ILS into Duluth from now. Okay, so verify the FADEC channel is displayed, which it is, channel alpha, that's good. Procedure complete, alright. So engine start, strobe lights are coming on. CAS messages, we just got the probe heats off, which is fine for now. Thrust lever will verify that is idle. It is. Thrust lever is idle. Brakes, we have the parking brake on, so we're good there. Alright, engine up, we'll get rid of the yoke real quick. So that's on run. And then fuel pump check. Fuel pump is on. That is excellent. Verify engine start, embedded volts. CAS message is not displayed. Nope, none of that. And then we can press the engine button. So we're starting our engine now. So engine knob is on run. Fuel pump were checked. None of those messages were displayed. We press the button, and now we're going to monitor 25% N2. Ensure positive N1 indication, which we already have now. Be prepared to abort start, we're good there. ITT, where is ITT? There we go. That's in the green right there. No N1 indication by 25%. Well, we didn't run into that, so we're good there. Alright, so everything's in the green. Our batteries have positive charge indications. We're looking good. This is already performing a lot better than the VisionJet in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, so I do enjoy seeing that. That's really good. Alright. Cool. Alright. Engine indicator, check all normal. IES, everything looks good. We're fine there. Engine IPS, engine anti-ice as required, we're fine there. For now, we don't need any anti-ice until... We'll turn that on before... You know what, just so we don't forget, let's go ahead and turn the engine anti-ice on. Excellent. Strobe is on. Landing light we don't need right now. We'll go ahead and turn the master oxygen, fresh air, and the probe heat. So, ECS control panel is set. External GPU we didn't have. Master oxygen is on. Avionics initialization, everything looks good. We do have a position data. We do have a flight plan loaded in, that's good. Caps pin. Remove and stow. Well, I can't see it, so we're just going to assume that that's good. Passengers we don't have, we're good here. Seatbelts are secured. Bleed air switch, fresh air, bleed, which we put that on. Good. Alright, before taxi, comm and nav GPS, we will look up. Minneapolis is online, and I still have to pick up a clearance, so we'll do that. So 133.4 is our center frequency.
Citation 3.
Oh, you know what? We don't have ATIS, that's right.
Walk 2611. Rest of your read back correct.
Okay. So the winds are out of the north, so we're going to expect runway 36. Visibility 5, mist, overcast 500, so that's Fargo's even experiencing low weather. Temperature -6, dew point -6, so we're right at the dew point. We might have some icing conditions, and altimeter is 3001. So we'll go ahead and set that. 3001.
Last
excellent.
4759. Just call me before you start to taxi next
Altimeter's
time.
good.
Right. Taxi via
and we'll pick up a clearance.
Echo cross runway 36 Foxtrot.
Minneapolis Center, good evening. Vision Jet 62 Echo Lima at the Fargo Airport requesting clearance to Duluth.
November 62 Echo Lima, Minneapolis Center, stand by, waiting for a readback. Alaska 4759, go ahead if you read back.
Nope, awaiting a readback. Whoops. Didn't mean to cut anyone off. Oh.
Marin 1580, Denver's offline, radar service terminated, frequency change approved. Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima, Minneapolis Center, cleared to Duluth Airport as filed, maintain 4000, expect flight level 23010 minutes after departure, departure frequency 133.4, squawk 5267.
Cleared to Duluth International as filed. Maintain 4000. Expect flight level 23010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 133.4. Squawk 5267.
Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima, readback correct. Fargo altimeter 3001. Would you like runway 27 tonight?
27. Yeah. Yeah, we'll take 27 for 62 Echo Lima.
Jet 2 Echo Lima, call for taxi. Delta 1660.
Alright, we'll call for taxi, so we have our clearance and we'll expect runway 27, so let's go ahead and throw that information in our autopilot. So right now we're expecting 4000 initially, we'll set that in there. And then we're expecting runway 27, so we'll go ahead and set the heading bug for 270, get that ready ahead of time. Excellent.
19 Heavy, Minneapolis Center,
Cool.
push on to Alpha, approved for 30 left.
Let's go ahead and get traffic. Or actually, I kind of want weather on there. Nope, never mind. Look at the map. Okay, so we have our heading center altitude set, squawk 52. Oops, nope, didn't mean to ident. That was a mistake. 5267. And then altitude reporting is on. And VPilot is picking that up as mode C, so that's good. I really hope they didn't see that ident. That was a mistake. Alright, cool. And 133.4 is our departure frequency, so we're set there.
Delta 16.
So running through the check, the transponder set. Heading initial altitude is set, good. Flight control is free and correct.
Cleared ILS runway 30 left approach.
Flight controls are free and correct. Love to see it. Trim, what does that say, 6 degrees? Huh. It's a little bit different than Flight Sim 2024. Okay, 6 degrees. Flaps 50%. Electric roll trim.
3 Charlie Lima, runway 27.
Oh, roll trim is in the middle, so that's fine there. Toga button, press. Cast messages, check. Did I do that right? Okay. I think it's good. Cast messages, we have none, so we're good there. Seats must be in normal upright position, which they are. Parking brake can be released, and brakes, we'll check. Okay, so let's go to... whichever one leads us to the parking brake. Let's discover. Looks like Control 3 is our best option there. So let's complete that. If I could... Brakes check. Good before takeoff. Alright. So we're ready to taxi. We'll throw these lights on. We know that we're facing south, and 27 is going to be facing... We're going from left to right here, so we'll go ahead and do that. Let's put these headphones on. just to get them off of the noise reduction. Interesting. Just want to get them off of the dash so I can see again. We'll go ahead and we'll throw the windshield anti-ice on. Make sure that that's what we're looking at here. Yeah. Okay.
Alaska 4759, wind 340 at 10. Fly runway heading, runway 32 left, cleared for takeoff.
Just pulling up the airport diagram of Fargo here. Probably just going to get a taxi via Charlie, but I want to make sure.
Wind 360 at 6, runway 30 left, cleared to land.
Alright, I'm ready to taxi. Minneapolis Center, Vision Jet 62 Echo Lima at Fargo, ready to taxi.
Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima, runway 27, taxi via Charlie.
Runway 27, taxi via Charlie, 2 Echo Lima. Okay, let's get a roll on. Take some power to get this bad boy moving, or what? Yeah, I guess so. So we're just going to go on this exit over here on the east side of the ramp. Okay. The departure briefing is we're taking off and we're going whatever heading ATC tells us to go. Landing lights are on. Probe heat is on. Oh, don't want to go off the taxiway. That'd be a mistake. Fixation inside of the cockpit can lead to bad things. Engine IPS switch is good.
Radar contact, say altitude.
Wing stab switch is off. CAS messages, we have none, so we're good there. Trim is 6, flaps are 50. And then make sure the takeoff emergency battery CAS message is not displayed. It is not. We're good there. Multifunction windows configure. They're where I want them right now, so that's
good. Direct Lincoln, climb and maintain flight level 380.
Okay. So our before takeoff is complete. Don't want to go too fast here.
Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima, wind 330 at 12. Left turn on course approved, runway 27 cleared for takeoff.
27 cleared for takeoff, left turn on course approved to Echo Lima. Okay. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll go to our flight plan page here, just give a direct to NEBS, activate it, and then that'll be ready for us to go once we take off.
Citation 2 Charlie Lima. Did you miss a turn? I'm not sure if... Do you have old scenery? I'm not sure if old scenery connects to the runway back there.
Alright,
or not.
takeoff power is set. We have a direct crosswind coming from the right side here, so we're going to correct for that. It's a pretty nasty one, but it's within limits, so we're taking it. VR is between 80 and 90.
Charlie Lima. Yep, there's should be plenty of room for you to just make a 180 and come
90
back
knots,
down.
rotate. Ooh, that was a very aggressive pull up. More aggressive than I wish it would have been, but that's okay. Okay, we're hitting 115 knots, so I'm going to go ahead and retract the flaps.
Heavy, runway 30 left, taxi via Alpha.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do the auto throttle to the FMS speed. Whatever.
Delta 16,
Auto throttle's
16,
coming on. And we'll do heading mode, flight change, and autopilot.
Delta 1616, taxi via Delta if you can make it, otherwise Charlie or runway 4. That's open for you as
165
well.
on the
And
speed, and we'll throw in direct nebs again, and throw in nav mode. And he wants a left turn on course, so that's what we're going to
to Echo Lima, radar contact 2,500, say altitude.
2,700 to Echo Lima.
Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima, roger. Climb and maintain flight level 230.
Climb and maintain flight level 230, Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima. Cool. Alright. So we got our clearance to altitude. We're making our left turn on course, which is good. So we're setting flight level 230. We have auto throttle on, which is just
Delta
fine.
1616, affirmative, cross runway 4 at Alpha.
I don't know if...
Happy New Year to you as well. Citation 3 Charlie Lima.
There we go.
Wind 320 at Niner. Left turn on course.
Auto throttle is set.
7 cleared for takeoff.
So our takeoff is complete. Climb, thrust lever, MCT. Yep, less than 5 minutes maximum power, which we did. We're within that limit, so that's good. Reduced to MCT minimum climb or max climb thrust within 2 minutes. Selecting takeoff, which we did. Due to engine, yep, we're fine. Engine parameters monitor, everything's in the green. We're looking good here. Cabin pressure monitor, we're very slowly climbing up. We're at 4,900 and we're only at about 2,000 cabin pressure, so we're good there so far. Ice protection, we flipped all of that on just because we are in some clouds. I saw us go into a layer of visible moisture, so we wanted to take care of that. And then the altimeter transition, we will wait for flight level 180 when we get there. So, all right, now we're intercepting our track out of Fargo. So that's looking pretty good right now. Sweet. So yeah, this Vision Jet is definitely a lot better than that in Microsoft 2024, mostly because everything works properly and as it should. It looks like we are above the moisture, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off the high windshield de-icing, and I'll turn the wing and stab off. We'll double check. We got the ice light on the wings, which looks very strange. From this angle, it's hard to tell what's where. So the nice thing about real life is you would be able to just turn your head and look at your leading edges, but not in this case.
Citation 3 Charlie Lima, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level.
Now excuse me while I quick
450.
throw my clothes
Turn
from
left
the
to
wash
red,
into the
across.
dryer.
Northwest 19 heavy, wind 360 at 6, fly runway heading, runway 30 left, cleared for takeoff.
Alright, hopefully no missed radio calls on that one, huh? Alright, 10,000 feet, landing light is coming off. The ice light can come off as well. You can kind of see we're out of the visible moisture here. So the Vision Jet for Flight Sim 2024 has it almost right. You know, the plane flies relatively similar. The one in this simulator, when I rotated on takeoff, it was pretty sensitive and it really just yanked the nose up, but other than that, everything's pretty on point. The only thing is, you know, this Vision Jet simulates the battery, you know, system nicely. I didn't get any takeoff emergency light warnings and weird indications, and also we have a checklist on this Vision Jet, which I love, so this is definitely the one to go with for now. And then hopefully after some updates and all that, the Vision Jet in Microsoft 2024 will be upgraded. It'll have a checklist and everything will work properly.
Delta 2654, Minneapolis Center, good evening. Adept.
So I'm going to try and see. So I got wind data set, which is option number 3, which gives the direction and the wind strength.
Radar contact 17 miles south of Waterloo, flight level 340.
Trying to see if I can split the
30 left transition.
PFD.
Right side, let me know. Minneapolis altimeter 2984.
Just kind of trying to figure this out.
Northwest 19 heavy, radar contact, say altitude.
Passing 2,100 for 7,000.
So we do have a map down here.
Northwest 19 heavy, roger. Proceed direct to Fargo, climb and maintain flight level 320.
Repeat the fix for
I know for sure you can split this page. I just don't remember how to do it.
Direct Fargo for Northwest 19 heavy.
November 757
Interesting. Alright, well.
November 757 Papa, Minneapolis Center, ident.
Figure out as we go.
Citation 57 Papa, radar contact 24 miles west of Pawnee City VOR. Altitude indicates flight level 434. And did you say 430? If so, check your altimeter 2992. 2992.
It's always fun listening to VATSIM controllers. Dealing with pilots that have interesting problems, including myself. I have definitely had some WTF moments that VATSIM controllers were probably about ready to wring my neck on. It's all part of the game. It's not real life. It doesn't hurt no one, right? Alright. I really want to see if I can figure out how to split this PFD. Kind of like how it's already split in 2024. Maybe you can't. maybe that's just a Microsoft 2024 thing, but I'd like to think that you definitely could split both screens if you do so desired. 50 settings, wind is there, barrels meters. No, not meters over. Okay. Oops. Clicked on that again. PFD map settings. Well, I'm not really sure we can split it. That was worth a shot. Unless we go to PFD here. PFD settings. I don't know if the middle thing right here would have had a different option or not. Maybe not. Oh well. It was worth a shot. Go back to our flight plan.
Northwest 19 Heavy. You appear to be climbing really slowly. You're below the Class Bravo airspace.
Kind of curious what he's flying.
Center, yes, Northwest 19 Heavy, yeah. We're climbing a lot slower than we expected. Can we get high-speed climbs for performance?
Northwest 19 Heavy approved as requested.
Alright, thank you. Northwest 19 Heavy.
It's a 747-400. It's going 224 knots ground speed. He's only at 3,000 feet.
Subcountry 1816 Minneapolis Center. Radar
Almost
contact. Thanks for the position report.
Past
Descend
Crystal.
via the Killer 3 arrival. Runway 30 left transition. Minneapolis altimeter 2984.
Very interesting.
Alright, Subcountry 1816 will descend via the Killer 3 arrival. Speed runway 30 left transition.
Alright, so we're past flight level 180, so let's go standard pressure. Brought us down almost 1,000 feet, it looked like. I'm sorry, not 1,000, 100.
66. Descended pilot
100.
discretion. Maintain flight level 310.
Okay, I'm going to turn the windshield
Number 66.
de-icing off, because I'm pretty sure Vision Jets aren't the heated one. It's puts TKS on the windscreen, and we don't want to waste all that. Let's double check here. We could just go to the second page here and quick look at our systems to determine what that is. Aircraft systems, ice protection. Let's see. So windshield, pitot heat on, AOA heat on. Oh yeah, okay. So yep, the fluid is what does the windscreen, so we definitely don't want to waste that. Huh. Already kind of killed off a good chunk of it in the climb there. Probably should have paid more attention to that. Alright, well, now we know. So I'll put that page back to the map here. 40 nautical miles zoom, I like that. Let's actually zoom out just a little bit and see. So yeah, we don't have all too much longer until we get to Duluth. It's almost 150 nautical miles. Not quite, so we got some distance here to cover. Nice. You know, to be honest, I thought that the people that made the Vision Jet for Microsoft 2024, I thought were these people, the ones that made it for 2020. But I don't know if that's the case or if they just couldn't get the aircraft to match up to the 2020 aircraft in time for the release of Flight Sim 2024. I don't know. Very strange to me. But 2024 Vision Jet works. It's just not spectacular in every way. So, I don't know. Not trying to talk too much smack upon 2024's Vision Jet, but it does have bugs. It has some things that, you know, need to be ironed out. Things I would like to see fixed before I attempt to fly it again. Yeah. Cool.
Nova 66, Chicago Center is offline. Radar service terminated. Frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved, Nova 66. Have a good night.
You too. Alaska 4759, Denver is offline. Radar service terminated. Frequency change approved.
Approved. 4759.
So our altimeter was set. We can go on to our next
Happy New Year to
checklist,
you as well.
please.
Citation 57 Papa.
Thrust
Denver Center
lever
is offline. Radar service terminated.
is auto
Frequency
throttle.
change
That's good. Ice protection. We're good for now.
Over to you, Tom.
And the EIS is just
Rex
fine.
1450, Denver is offline. Radar service terminated. Frequency change approved.
Hi, Happy New Year. Happy 14th.
To you as well. Have a good one.
Okay, so I think the FMS button didn't work earlier because I didn't have it on the... I don't know if I turned auto throttle on, or I don't know if I hit the FMS button before turning auto throttle on or what, but it didn't seem like the FMS button here was making much of a change to the selected airspeed, but now I'm starting to see some changes here, so that was an interesting little series of events, but yeah, so now we're in cruise and we can just hang out, chill, have a good time, and enjoy the view. Shouldn't be too long before we have our descent.
Attention all aircraft, arrival ATIS Charlie, departure ATIS X-ray, current at Minneapolis, Minneapolis altimeter 2984. Information, Quebec is current at Omaha, Omaha altimeter 2980.
Minneapolis Center, Austrian 81, level 380.
Austrian 81, Minneapolis Center, good evening. Reset transponder squawk 2414.
2414 coming for you, Austrian 81.
Delta 2654, advise you have Charlie, expect ILS 30 left at Hampton.
So Dallas 30 left at Hampton, and we have Charlie Delta 2654.
Austrian 81, radar contact 83 miles east of Mason City, flight level 380.
This check, Austrian 81.
So we're about halfway, and the winds are looking like they are 340 at 10 knots. So the winds aren't too bad. Visibility is still pretty trash from the last time I checked it. Yeah, 1 mile. So it's saying the same thing, but now we have an overcast of 200 as opposed to, I think it was 500 the last time I checked, or I may be wrong, but definitely a really low overcast. So we're expecting to break out
Country 18,
right about minimums, so that'll be fun.
ILS 30 left at GQ.
We have information, Charlie.
Gonna pull the ILS 27 up,
GQ, Sun Country 1860.
and we'll expect vectors, so we shouldn't have to do a DME arc or anything of that nature, just in case. Which one would we do if that was the case? east of our current heading. I feel like if we were to get a DME arc, it would be from the north side. So there's a DME arc from the north side and the south side of this approach course. So just in case, we'll
Aircraft calling Minneapolis Center. State of
we'll expect either FOSUP, FOSUP, however you say that, or vectors.
FedEx 6035, Minneapolis Center, radar contact. Thanks for the position report.
But I have the approach plate pulled up for the ILS-27 at Duluth. And if that's what we get,
Yeah, we're currently
we'll go from there.
knock 'em out southeast of the Lamanai EOR.
Yep, I got your position report. That's Lamoni.
Just realized now that the indicated airspeed is not really wanting to go up to the Mach speed in which I set. I set
Country 1860.
Mach speed 0.52,
Speed 210.
but it doesn't seem to want to exceed 4.4. True airspeed is 264. Now, it's a good thing because I filed this aircraft for a little bit.
Echo Lima, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain 13,000, 13,000, Duluth altimeter 2981.
2981, pilot's discretion, descend and maintain 13,000 to Echo Lima. Alright, so we got our descent clearance already, so we're going to go ahead and make that very... We'll make it seldom, a nice easy descent. We'll start at 1,300 feet per minute. So let's go vertical speed mode, and we'll start walking that descent right
Delta
down.
2654, 10 miles.
That is
from
very
Hampton,
jumpy.
Cross Hampton at 7,000. At Hampton, cleared ILS runway 30 left.
Alright,
approach.
now the speed's starting to pick up.
Speed 210 until.
So our descent, thrust leveler, we're on auto throttle, we're good there. Landing field elevation, we will check that real quick. We're
You can make that 210 or greater. Tell it by.
210 or greater until advised.
1428. Alright, that's checked. Oh, yeah, cabin pressure's been kind of in the yellow. That's interesting. Okay. Weird. So this Vision Jet does have some issues, I think. Or I forgot to do
Citation
something.
3 Charlie Lima. Chicago's offline.
Ice protection we don't need right now. We're fine there. Altimeter transition altitude. Local setting is 2981. That is set. Seats and seatbelts are secured. We're fine there. And
Happy
then
New Year.
we'll wait for approach. Definitely going to reduce that speed a little bit. We don't want to be that close to the barb. There we go. So the autopilot is making really abrupt changes to when you change settings on your autopilot, but overall I would still say it's better than what I've been seeing on 2024. So we're just making a nice gradual descent down to 13,000. We're about 65, 70 nautical miles away from the Duluth airport, and we do have to kind of go past it if we're expecting to land 27, which I am. given the wind is favoring that at 10 knots. We're definitely going to get an ILS because of the weather conditions at the field. They are very low IFR.
Sun Country 1816. Bad timing, work calls right now, of course. So thanks for the service and have a good night.
Oh, that's too bad. I was looking forward to see if I can run you guys pretty close together on the final there. Have a good night. Happy New Year.
Yeah, you as well. We were ready for a race, but next time. Okay.
And Happy New Year to you, sir.
Looking forward to that too.
Everyone starts talking at once. Whoops.
Delta 2654, speed your discretion.
My discretion, 51.
My airspeed indicator is doing some weird things. That red bar just totally...
Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima, expect ILS runway 27, advise you have the weather for Duluth.
Alright, expect ILS 27 and we'll advise the weather to Echo Lima. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is flight plan, procedure, approach. We're going to expect the ILS 27. I'm expecting vectors, so... Final approach fixes Ando. So why don't we do that? We'll load it just to have it ready. Excuse me, what in the hell are you doing? Okay. Nope. Yeah, that was very strange. Didn't like that at all. It was a very aggressive turn, much more than what should have been. Okay. So I loaded the approach, but I didn't activate it. Why would it... Weird. Well, you know what? Let's just go direct Ando. And then we'll put that nav. And then we'll activate the approach when we get closer. Very strange.
Delta 2654, wind 3305, runway 30 left, cleared to land.
30 left, we land up 2654.
Alright, so the ILS frequency is already loaded, 108.7. Approach course is 273. We will expect that to be loaded as well, seeing as how the Vision Jet doesn't have a course option that you can adjust. Alright, and we'll just say we have the weather. And Minneapolis Center, Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima has the weather for Duluth.
Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima, roger. You're pretty much going straight for the airport, so we can go either side. Turn 10 degrees left, correct for the approach, and descend at pilot's discretion. Maintain 4,000.
Alright, 10 degrees to the left, descend and maintain 4,000, Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima. Okay, so 4,000. We'll keep that going. Turn 10 degrees to the left, throw that in heading mode. And then I feel like my auto throttle is making 0 attempts to reduce the speed. like I wanted. We'll go 220 on the speed now. Okay. Alright, so the approach course is 273. Runway landing distance available is 10,062 feet. Touchdown zone elevation is 1421. Airport elevation is 1428. Let's see, circling not available for Cat E, so that's not us. An op table does not apply to ILS. We're good there. For an op ALS, which this is the sim, and there's no NOTAMs for it in real life, so the approach lighting is fine. Cool, we have Mauser lighting coming in. Missed approach is climbed to 3,000, then climbing right turn to 4,500 on heading 060, and Duluth Vortac radial 017. To Sherrill intersection / Duluth 15 DME and hold. Alright, so that would be, we climb to 3,000, then we would turn right as we're climbing to 4,500 on heading 060 until we intercept radial 017. Gotcha. Makes sense. Alright, looks like we're getting vectors to final. So at the final approach fix, we want to be at 3,200 or above. So we're not going to get much lower than 4,000 from here. We are going to minimums, which are 1621. Okay. So since we're getting vectors, go to flight plan procedure, we'll activate approach. And it doesn't look like we have anywhere to throw our minimums, or what? Okay, so that's something that 2024 has on 2020 is the ability to put in your minimums. Oh, you know what? Here they are. They're just set up in a different spot. So minimums, we're going barrel minimums, 1621, as I said. We'll enter it. Alright, there we go. Now we got our barrel mins. Excellent. It's just on a different page. Weird. So never mind, that is not something that 2024 has on 2020. Okay. So our approach is briefed, we're set up, we have our ILS frequency in. We'll have to check for the course once we flip to the localizer mode, which actually, you know what, why don't we just do that right now? Course 000. No. Very strange. Okay, nav 1. So we're on the correct frequency, but it doesn't look like we can do very much. Interesting. Okay, well, we'll figure it out. We get there when we get there. How we get there. Okay. So I feel like this is all wrong. So approach, we'll do ILS 27, transition, we'll just do FOSSUP. Why don't we load that? Okay, so now the localizer frequency loaded in. But we don't have the option to activate vectors to final, it looks like. So at the very least, it looks like it got rid of all the user things and replaced them with letters and numbers. Weird. Wow. Don't believe we're doing the DME arc. We're just getting vectors, which is really nice. Kind of this man. On ATC.
Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima, fly heading 090.
Fly heading 090 to Echo Lima. The auto throttle is not maintaining speed again. We're under 10,000. It's maintaining 251 knots. So the autopilot is behaving a little bit strangely, I'm going to say that. Because I left it on a designated airspeed that I wanted, but it doesn't seem to be holding that very well. The plane was doing its own thing. As far as the auto throttle, so that might be just something in the future. If I fly this one again, it'll be manual throttle. And so now we're getting vectors. We're on a 090 heading. It looks like he's just going to have us go parallel to the runway, opposite direction, pretty much put us on an extended downwind, and vector us to Ando, and then we'll have to see what the weather brings us for this arrival into Duluth. It's looking pretty rough according to the METAR. Just throw this water bottle real quick while we're waiting. So it looks like we're getting some turbulence over here. You know, on this side of the Duluth airport and a little bit north, there is a little bit of a terrain. So if there's any wind in the vicinity, you'll definitely get some of those updrafts and everything kind of rocking you around. So they want our approach speed at 140 knots, and then we're going to have to slow down pretty good as we get closer to minimums. So the seats are in the correct position. Ice protection we will determine as needed. I never turned the landing lights on below 10,000. That's my mistake. Does look like we're getting into a cloud layer, so we'll just watch that as far as the anti-ice is concerned. Let me turn these dome lights off somehow. They're red, which is good, but they're still very bright and overpowering on everything else. So ice protection will determine as we start getting into some stuff. The lights, landing lights on, strobe lights are on, we're good there. Flaps we'll do while on approach. And the airspeed will maintain as well, 140. So we're picking up a glide slope as we're crossing by the airport. So now the auto throttle is actually maintaining the speed. I'm not really sure what I did wrong or what happened, but my speed definitely ran off on me. It stopped wanting to maintain the speed in which I set, which is unfortunate.
081.
See, good thing is our localizer and our glide slope is picking up. The aircraft did put in the correct course for the final approach, so that's nice. So we should get a vector very shortly here, so I'm going to reduce our airspeed to 140 per the checklist.
Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima, turn right heading 180.
Right heading 180 to Echo Lima. Alright, so we're getting a right turn 180. Oops. Kind of curious what happened to the white arc over here on this indicator. Go ahead and zoom in that map a little bit as well. To 10 nautical miles just to give us an idea. And we should get an intercept or some kind of lead vector in just a second here. Getting a little bit frisky on the turbulence. A little drafty. Nothing crazy, but a little drafty.
Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima, 6 miles from Ando, turn left, turn right heading 240, maintain 3,200, still established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 27 approaching.
Alright, right turn 240, maintain 3,200 until established, cleared ILS 27 to Echo Lima. Okay, we'll go ahead and put flaps. He never descended me down to 3,200, so we'll just ignore that whole part of it. The glide slope is coming in, so we'll go ahead and arm our approach mode. So we're on vectors. We have flaps at 50%. And once that glide slope comes in, we'll go ahead and drop the gear. So we got flaps. Oops. There we go. Before landing, landing gear. Flaps are fine. Cabin pressure differential is good. Windshield is off. Autopilot will come off before landing. Yep, airspeed VREF to VREF plus 10, fine by me. And we'll have the landing gear good to go. Don't really understand the landing checklist itself, but we'll just go.
Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima.
Yep.
You appear to be flying through the localizer still at 4,000. Pay attention.
We're just going to make a right turn to re-intercept. Sorry about that, to Echo Lima. So we're going to hand fly this
Echo
approach.
Lima, roger.
So that was super annoying. Alright, gear is down, so that's good. So we're just going to hand fly this approach from here, I guess, because arming approach mode didn't really do anything. Alright, so we're hand flying an ILS and a Vision Jet when the weather is rather extraordinarily poor, so I can't wait for this. This should be really fun to do. Okay, localizer's starting to come in, so we'll make that turn to intercept it. We're going to walk some power out now because we're coming up on Ando, the final approach fix. And we'll want to slow it down here. And then go full flaps eventually. Okay, now we're intercepting that localizer. It's kind of frustrating that the autopilot just blew through it despite arming approach mode, but that's fine. Okay, so we're right on glide slope. Localizer is looking good. I'll try and keep that localizer a little more centered. We're just left, of course.
Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima, wind 340 at 10, runway 27, cleared to land.
27 cleared to land, 2 Echo Lima. Okay. So now we're starting to head more towards the runway here, and flaps can go full. Add a little bit of more power to compensate. We're getting a little bit under the glide slope here, so we're going to add some power, re-intercept that glide slope. There we go. Now it's starting to wiggle its way down there. So we're a little bit left of course again, so we'll go ahead and get back to the right. Oop, that glide slope's slipping from us again. See, this is kind of the trick in instrument flight, is you have so much going on at the same time that, you know, too much attention to one thing can lead to missing another. So I check the localizer and my glide slope runs away from me, and then I check my speed and the localizer runs away from me. It's instrument flight is very intense, so you gotta train your eye to do your cross checks properly. I don't typically fly with avionics of this advancement, so my cross-check order I don't really have down to a T with these things, but I do know what I'm looking for, and that's the most important part. So we're a little bit on the left side here, so we'll correct some more. We are back on glide slope, which is good. I'm just staring at this PFD, trying to keep my needles. I do have the approach lighting in sight, so now we can descend 100 below, or 100 above runway elevation, landing elevation. Glide slope just really shot down on us. That was interesting. Yeah, it's really wanting to shoot down on us for some reason. Alright, so we have the approach lighting in sight. Now we have the runway in sight, which is good. This wind is definitely messing with us a little bit. Gotta have that correction in there. There we go. And we did cross minimums, which we had the visual on the runway, so we continue. And now we bleed off this airspeed, so we're not floating all the way down the runway. Boy, this wind is really aggressive on this Vision Jet.
Heavy, Minneapolis Center.
Throttle idle.
Radar contact.
We're just going to hold it.
Southeast of the
We're just
Des
going
Moines
to hold
Airport,
it.
7,600.
Very nicely hold
Just
it.
to maintain 4,000.
Come on.
And you have an approach
Ooh,
that you're
that was a
planning.
nice soft touchdown. That was better than I was expecting. Alright, we'll go ahead and apply some brakes. Keep that center line.
American 428 heavy, Des Moines altimeter 2971, cleared ILS
Alright, a
runway
very
5.
aggressive approach as far as winds are concerned, but we made it. That was good. I really don't know what happened with the approach mode there. This autopilot is either having issues or I maybe missed something. The way that this approach loaded was also very strange, so it could be a very
VisionJet 2
wide
Echo
mix of
Lima,
things.
where do you park?
Monaco to Echo Lima.
VisionJet 2 Echo Lima, taxi, exit to the left, taxi via Alpha, have a good night.
Alright, exit left and Monaco via Alpha to Echo Lima. Good night. So I just want to see where I am on the airport, because it is very dark. So the taxiway makes this curve out. So yeah, Monaco is going to be to my left. Monaco is the FBO at the Duluth airport. So we'll clean up our flaps. Go ahead and do our engine anti-ice off. We'll throw our air bleeds and oxygen off. Probe heat's coming off. That's good. And Monaco is going to be off to our right side. This is in fact going to be Monaco over here. Doesn't look much like it in real life. I thought I bought this. I thought I bought Duluth's airport scenery. Maybe they just didn't really do Monaco all that well. I don't know. Got a bunch of military aircraft in there, so yeah, I had to have bought the scenery. They just really didn't do Monaco much justice there. Okay. Alright, so we'll go ahead and come to a stop. Very slowly. Go ahead and set that parking brake. Get that in there. There we go. Alright, so everything is off here. As far as anti-ice, de-ice, we'll turn the landing lights off. We're done, ready to taxi. Fuel pump's coming off. We'll stop the engine. N1's under 20, so strobe lights can come off. We'll go ahead and just get rid of all these triangles on the screen here. Go back to our home page. Landing, the flaps are 100%. Yep, everything was good there. We didn't do a go around, so that's fine. After landing, flaps were retracted. Wing stab switch was off. IPS was off. Probe heat was off. External lights, we were good there. Brakes we checked. Shutdown, thrust lever was idle. Engine IPS switch was off. Bleed switches were off. Oxygen off. Lights off. Engine knob off. Engine button press. N2 below 24%, which we got. I lost it. There we go. Now it's 0. And caps pin replace, which we're good there. Gen 1, Gen 2, battery on. Cool. Alright, we can throw the electronics off, and now we are cold and dark again. Alright, that was our flight to Fargo, and we will do Duluth to Flying Cloud, and then that'll be it for the night. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get everything set up there for the next flight, and then we will be right back. Alright. So now we are loaded into Duluth International Airport. We have our flight plan filed for Flying Cloud Airport, and it's going to be the last run of the night. So let's go ahead and get started there, do things nice and quickly. Batteries and generators are on. We'll leave the lights off for now. We'll just go ahead and get rid of this checklist if we possibly can. We absolutely can. That's what I like to see. Alright, that's good to go. Go back to the initialization, utilities, initialization. Initial fuel, fob sync, 208 gallons, looks good to me. Database is fine for now. System tests, we already did this. We'll do it again, I guess.
Higher. Stall.
Okay. Cool. That looks good. Initialization feels fine. Weight and balance is going to be roughly the same. We fob synced the fuel, so that's good. Go back. Oh, did we miss something here? It doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and accept it. Continue. Flight plan. Let's go all the way to the top. Or flight plan options. Delete flight plan. Yes. Cool. Now we're back to the beginning. We'll go ahead and set our departure. Kilo Delta Lima Hotel. Destination, Kilo, Foxtrot, Charlie, Mike. Good. We will load into VATSIM here. And we'll just load the arrival. We'll do the go for one starting at... What? Oh.
American 428 Heavy.
There's not a lot of
taxi all the way
options as
down
far
to
as
the
where
end
to
exit
start it.
To the right and taxi to the terminal.
Okay, so let's just load it from Alexandria the way it's written. We'll go back to our flight plan. We're just going to delete Alexandria off of the...
Roger, thanks for the report. Yep. It is all over the Midwest like that.
Someone trying to report the fog or something? Do I have to activate the arrival or what? I feel like I'm not really able to do what I want to do here. So let's set up the ILS 10 right, starting at Stuber. We'll load that. And then we'll wait to activate the approach. We'll just direct to Golf. Activate direct to Golf from there. Do you think we could delete this now? No. We're not able to delete it. That's fine. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get the fuel pump running, start the engine so we're not wasting our battery. So we can get some generators on there. Minneapolis Center, Vision Jet 62 Echo Lima on the ground at Duluth, requesting clearance to Flying Cloud.
Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima, Minneapolis Center, cleared to the Minneapolis Flying Cloud Airport as filed. Maintain 16,000. Departure frequency 133.4, squawk 4527.
Cleared to Flying Cloud Airport as filed. Maintain 16,000 and departure frequency 133.4, squawk 4527.
Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima, read back correct. Expect runway 27. Call for taxi.
Alright, we'll call for taxi. So we'll go back to this page right here, we got our frequency in. We're recycling our squawk code. We're looking for 4527. Enter that. That's good on the transponder. We have our frequency. We want to climb and maintain 16,000. We're going to double check the weather, make sure the altimeter is the same. It is 29081. Oh, that is from an hour ago, but that's fine. That is the current one. Still 57 minutes to be exact. Heading, we're expecting runway 27, so let's go ahead and throw 270 on our heading bug. Cool. Our engine, is it running? It is. Okay, cool. So, forgot to turn the strobes on. Landing lights can come on. Max oxygen, fresh air, and pitot heats are all coming on. Engine anti-ice can also come on. And then, for now, let's throw on heading mode and flight level change for the flight director. And then, ooh, that flight director is doing some weird stuff. Don't know if I like that. I think this autopilot's gonna act weird for this flight, so let's just expect that. And Minneapolis Center, Vision Jet 62 Echo Lima at Monaco, ready to taxi.
Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima, runway 27, taxi via Alpha, Alpha 5, cross runway 3 at Alpha, Duluth altimeter 2981.
Alright, 2981, runway 27, taxi via Alpha, Alpha 5, cross runway 3 on Alpha 62 Echo Lima. Cool. Alright, so we'll make a bit of a U-turn here just because there's a better exit on this side to get onto Alpha. In real life, the airport has like the Cirrios flight school over here, and you'd be just essentially cutting through someone else's property. Where did that TBM come from? Oh, brother. We're just going to ignore that was there at all and continue on with our taxi here. Alright, this is our exit. We're going to make the right turn on Alpha, and then he wants us to do full length. So we're going to go full length, cross where he wanted us to cross. So I'm not sure if this plane just didn't get updated with certain sim updates or what's going on, but I have noticed a couple of flaws, mainly in the autopilot of this Vision Jet in Microsoft 2020. Yeah, kind of rough. And then some of the avionics controls in general as well were very strange to me, but that's alright. It's I want to say overall I still like it better. It has the checklist, it has the controls feel a little bit better. So yeah, I'd still say as far as the Vision Jet's concerned, 2020 third party over 2024. But once they get some real updates in 2024 and they fix that thing, I think we might have a clear, superior winner there. We'll just check right, check left. Cleared to cross. Oh man, I'm needing a lot of rudder to maintain directional control on the taxiway. That's very odd. I feel like that also shouldn't be a thing.
Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima, wind 340 at 10, left turn on course approved, runway 27 cleared for takeoff.
Alright, runway 27 clear for takeoff. Left turn on course approved. 62 Echo Lima. Alright, so we were already given our takeoff clearance, so we'll roll down to the end where he wanted us to take off from. Trim is 6 degrees, flaps are 50%, everything else is in the green, roll trim is good. Alright. We do have a hefty crosswind from the right side, it looks like. Should only be 10 knots, but it feels a little bit worse. Coming into land was a bit of a trip, to say the least. So we'll roll down to the end here. Visibility is poor. Which is kind of why I wanted to stay around the area, the Midwest, is because the visibility caused for some pretty interesting conditions. And I was excited to fly in them. So we have takeoff clearance. Again, we'll check right, check left. We're clear on both sides, so we're cleared to enter the runway. Entering runway 27, and then we'll do what the airliners do and verify with our heading indicator. Alright, we are lined up with the runway, heading 27 checks. We're going to take off power. We have right aileron because the wind is coming from the right side. It's only a 10 knot wind, but the amount of correction that I'm putting in almost makes it feel like it's like 30 knots we're correcting for here. Slowly walking that correction out, and then, boy, is that rudder hard to maintain center line. So we'll just very slowly rotate off the runway. Not so much. Alright. We have a positive rate. We're out of usable runway, so gear can come up. 115 on the indicated airspeed, so we can retract the flaps. So we'll go ahead, flip this into flight level change mode. Heading mode, sweet. Autopilot. Autopilot is not engaging. That's very strange. There we go. Autopilot's engaged. And now we can direct to Golf again. Activate. And then we'll throw it into nav mode. Go back. Oh, we gotta switch our nav source. There we go, I forgot we were on the ILS from the previous flight. Alright, we're in the clouds very clearly, so the wing and stab de-ice is coming on. We have 165. We're going to pull back to climb power.
VisionJet 2 Echo Lima radar contact, say altitude.
Passing through 4,100 to Echo Lima.
VisionJet 2 Echo Lima, roger. Direct Minneapolis is available if you'd like it.
Yeah, we can go direct Minneapolis for 2 Echo Lima.
VisionJet 2 Echo Lima, clear direct Minneapolis Airport.
Direct Minneapolis Airport, 2 Echo Lima.
I'm sorry, clear direct to the Minneapolis Flying Cloud Airport.
I just realized that direct Flying Cloud Airport for 2 Echo Lima. Alright, so we're direct to our airport, which is good.
Probably get one flying cloud for every 100 in Minneapolis.
I thought I'd make it interesting for you.
That's what I like. Walker 2833, direct Minneapolis is available for you.
Alright, so let's verify just through
If you'd
Zoom
like it,
here.
you can stay on your flight plan if you want.
So just going to verify that we're direct flying cloud, which we're not. So let's go ahead, go all the way to the bottom here. Flying cloud, direct to, activate. There we go. Alright. Now we're direct to flying cloud. Sweet.
Attention all aircraft, arrival ATIS Delta, departure ATIS Yankee, current of Minneapolis, Minneapolis altimeter 2984. Information Tango, current at Omaha.
So the auto throttle did something really funny when I turned it on. I turned it on and it immediately just jolted itself towards idle, and when we started losing airspeed, even though we were below the 165 I had this set on. So the auto throttle on the 2020 Vision Jet is not working very properly. We were having some issues with it for the previous flight. I don't know if it's particularly the FMS option, if you just have to go manual the whole time, but it was definitely doing some weird stuff. I was in manual on our descent towards Duluth, so it was still going weird. Yeah. Just have to figure it out. But that's alright, we got through it. Had a safe flight, safe landing. Blew through the localizer. Autopilot was doing something weird, so that's something we're going to have to watch for when we're coming into flying cloud, is intercepting the localizer. And if we notice our plane not attempting to intercept that localizer, we'll have to fly it by hand again and make it in. But hopefully we do a little bit better with the hand flying coming into flying cloud than we did into Duluth. I had it down for the most part, but towards the end it started falling apart as we got closer and the needles got more sensitive. I'm not used to that fast of aircraft, so that's also a bit of a leap to take. So yeah. Alright, 10,000 feet, landing lights are coming off. And now we will just go up to our cruise altitude and enjoy our flight. Excellent. Alright. Well, we're intercepting cruise and don't quite have anyone in chat right now, so I'm going to go ahead and fold my clothes and look for if someone joins chat. Alright.
Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima, Hinkley altimeter 2985.
Trying to fold my clothes and almost missed the radio. No bueno. Time for a heading sync. Okay, so now our speed bug, or I'm sorry, our auto throttle is now trying to follow the speed bug a little better, so that's interesting. We'll make sure it stops at the 250 knots that are selected, but it seems to actually be heading towards that this time like it didn't want to on the last flight.
United 1926, Minneapolis Center. I saw you identing there. Radar contact, 40 miles east of Des Moines, flight level 300.
Minneapolis Center, good evening. Emirates 205 Super with you, flight level 410.
Emirates 205 Super Minneapolis Center, good morning. I saw you ident there. Radar contact, about 30 miles north, I'll make that about 20 miles northwest of Waterloo, flight level 410. Descend via the Bloom 4 arrival, runway 30 left transition, Minneapolis altimeter 2984.
Descend via the Bloom 4 for 30 left transition, and we have information Delta 2984, Emirates 205 Super. Thank you.
Jet 2 Echo Lima, descend to maintain 8,000.
Alright, so we're bringing it down to 8,000. We'll do vertical speed mode. Looks like we're about 50 nautical miles away, so we'll go ahead and vertical speed. I think we'll do 1,300 on the descent angle, or on the descent rate, excuse me. And hopefully our auto throttle will take out some...
Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima, flying cloud altimeter 2983. Advise you of the rest of the weather. Say approach request when able.
Alright, 2983, and we'll grab the weather and let you know what approach for 2 Echo Lima. Alright, so we're just going to look at the weather for Flying Cloud. Most recent one was 27 minutes ago. We have 6 miles of visibility and an overcast of 400. Winds are 340 at 5. It's really more favoring the 2/8 than anything, but it's also only 5 knots, so overcast 400. So I'm worried about shooting an RNAV and getting in there, so we'll go ahead and just do the ILS 10 right. Yeah, ILS 10 right. And Minneapolis Center, Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima has the weather, and we'll do the ILS 10 right at Flying Cloud.
Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima, roger. You can expect vectors for the approach.
Alright, we'll expect vectors to Echo Lima, thanks. Sweet. So we're going to get vectors to the approach. We're going to do the ILS 10 right just because the weather conditions are so close to minimums. The visibility is improving significantly. I was at the Flying Cloud Airport earlier today, and the visibility was so low the tower from the north side of the field was disappearing. So visibility is improving. It's at 6 miles now, but the overcast is only 400 feet, and that's pretty close for RNAV minimums. So since it's a 5-knot wind, it is coming from the north and more favoring 2/8, but it's 5 knots. So we'll just go ahead and shoot the 10 right to be safe and make it in on our first shot. Because overcast 400 and 6 miles is plenty for the ILS. That's cutting it a little close for an RNAV. I just realized we still had the wing anti-ice on. So eager to get my laundry done that I missed that. Alright, so we got 2983. We're going to do the ILS 10 right. So let's go ahead and procedure, approach, ILS 10 right. Stuber, load it, activate it, and we'll keep on our heading right now. Didn't mean to change course at all. Just go back to heading at 200 because we accidentally turned when we weren't supposed to. Should have known better when I hit activate the approach. Oops. Oh well, I'm still pretty much headed direct to Flying Cloud Airport. Looks like we're going to be passing over Anoka soon, so we're getting really close. Go ahead and reduce that range to 25 nautical miles. Yep, there we go. Fix that heading to 205. Well, we're below 10,000 feet and this plane is exceeding 257. That's really unfortunate. But it is pulling back on the auto throttle, which is kind of cool. We'll go 220 knots on that descent. 220 seems fair enough. We'll pull up the ILS for flying cloud. Procedure, approach, ILS 10 right.
Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima, turn 20 degrees right, vectors for the approach, descend and maintain 2,600.
20 degrees to the right and descend and maintain 2,600 to Echo Lima. So 20 degrees to the right, so 225, and we're descending to 2,600. Oops. Vertical speed mode. Oh, no, we don't want to do that fast. I thought it went back to 0 for some reason. I thought it was level.
Number 205 Super, expect ILS 30 left.
We're under 10,000 feet, landing lights coming on. We'll verify that the localizer frequency is properly set, which it is, 109.7.
Please do left at Hampton, Emirates 205.
Minimums are 1106. So 1106 on the minimums. There we go. So we turn 20 degrees to the right. We're descending down to 2,600. I do see the tops of the clouds right here, so we'll be going to the clouds soon. The outside air temperature is currently... Where is that showing? So used to 2024, just putting it right here. Dang, I don't need that air temperature. I wonder if the map we can turn off. No.
Information uniform current at Omaha. Omaha altimeter 2982.
So temperature's not in that area. Uh-oh. Wait, 250, I reduced, oh. Nope, I want manual at 220, that's what I want. So, I don't know if I forgot to flip the speed to manual, or if it auto-flipped FMS on me. I don't know. I'm struggling with this jet, people. I shouldn't be, but I am. Such an easy jet to fly too. What am I doing? Alright, so now we're on vectors. We're no longer on the GPS, so we'll flip to our nav 1. The course is...
Jet 2 Echo Lima, turn another 20 degrees right. The wind is pushing you a little bit.
Alright, another 20 degrees to the right for 2 Echo Lima. Yeah, it's really not even that much wind. It's indicating like 7 knots of crosswind, but it seems like my track is off or something. Yeah, approach course is 09 or 8. Localizer frequency did pop up. It even says localizer 1, which is good. Yeah, what kind of track are we having right now? So this little diamond right here is what your actual track is, as the white triangle is the magnetic heading. And it looks like, I mean, we have a 10 knot crosswind from the right side, so yeah, we would have to turn to the right a little bit. Our track would be a little bit left of us, but it seemed like not that long ago we were way off. I don't know, but it seems like we're getting into some visual moisture, and the temperature has got to be just at freezing, if not below, so we're definitely risking some icing conditions here. I don't see... Oh, there we go. There's the visible moisture showing up. Does this not show you outside air temperature? Very interesting. Okay, so we're within 10 miles. So I'm going to reduce the speed. We'll go down to our approach speed of 140. Alright, so we're 140 knots. We're kind of crossing by Stuber. Going to be passing it, but to the north, so we should get another vector here relatively shortly. Still waiting on that turn. Just make sure you didn't sign up.
Jet 2 Echo Lima, fly heading 190.
Heading 190 to Echo Lima. There it is, 190. Damn it. Alright, 190. We're on 140 knots, which is aggressively slow now that we've gotten such a late intercept vector, but then we should get our lead vector any second now. I'm going to arm approach mode. Nope, never mind. We're going to
Jet 2 Echo Lima, 5 miles from Stuber. Turn left heading 130. Maintain 2,600 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 10. Right approach and flying cloud.
Alright, left turn 130, maintain 2,600 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS 10 right at Flying Cloud to Echo Lima. Cool. So 2,600 until we're established, we're heading 130, and then once this localizer starts coming in, I will throw an approach mode to... Let's arm it and see what it does.
Emirates 205 Super, 5 miles from Hampton, cross Hampton at 7,000, at Hampton cleared ILS runway.
See, that's a very early turn. I don't like that. Why is it doing that?
Across Hampton at 7,000 is cleared for the ILS digital left approach.
So we're going to have Flying Cloud CTAF on standby here, which is 119.15. Tower is closed. Oh, localizer's coming in. Let's hold approach mode. Will it do it? Okay, now it's doing it. Little off course. We'll put in our 50% flaps now that we're on the final approach course. Gear's going to come down once we intercept the glide slope. We have our altimeter set, minimums are set.
Lima, no traffic observed between you and the field. Report IFR cancellation in the air or on the ground as frequency. Radar service terminated. Frequency change approved.
Alright, we'll report cancellation on the ground to Echo Lima. Frequency change approved. We'll see ya. Alright, 119er15, which is CTAF for Flying Cloud. Flying Cloud traffic. Vision Jet 62 Echo Lima is crossing over Stuber, inbound ILS 10 right, Flying Cloud. Okay, so we intercepted the glide slope, that's good. So now I'm going to turn off the auto throttle and manage the speed manually. Because now I do want to get that final notch of flaps in. Slow this plane down. Oh yeah, gears coming down as well. We have ground contact, so that's good. Just not anything revolving the runway yet. Alright, I have the approach lighting in sight. Flaps are all the way down, gears down, we have 3 greens, trim's looking good, engine gauges are good, we are set for this approach. Alright, we are looking visual. Flying Cloud traffic, Vision Jet 62 Echo Lima, 3 mile final, 10 right, Flying Cloud. Okay, we're visual, so I'm going to turn off the autopilot. And we'll do this by hand because it looks like the autopilot had us a little bit high and to the left. So we'll go ahead and correct for that. We do have a very slight tailwind coming from the left side, the quartering tailwind, but it's not anything super aggressive. Okay. Stay on glide slope here, we'll maintain our airspeed. We want to be about 90 knots for final approach. And having this tailwind is making this act a little weird for sure. Now, we definitely beat minimums by quite a bit, so a circling approach may have been possible here so we could get that headwind, but such a small wind, speed at all would have been just stupid to try and play the circling game with. Alright, runway is made. Throttles are coming to idle. We'll come down onto the runway. Hit our spot. Nice and smooth. Come on. There we go. Alright. Little on the firmer side, but nothing crazy. I don't know why this plane just went so far to the left side of the runway. Well, let's apply some braking. And we're off on Foxtrot. That's kind of fun. This might not actually be Foxtrot though, let's be real. Nope, this is definitely Echo. Okay. So the taxiways seem to be labeled wrong if I'm looking correctly. Maybe I'm not looking. Trying to figure out where 1-8 is so I can correctly identify where I'm at. You know what? I might actually be on Foxtrot. Flying Cloud traffic, 62 Echo Lima is clear, 10 right on Foxtrot. Gonna cancel IFR with center before taxi, Flying Cloud. Let's go to center real quick, 1334. And Minneapolis Center, Vision Jet 62 Echo Lima on the ground at Flying Cloud, cancel IFR.
Vision Jet 2 Echo Lima, Minneapolis Center, IFR cancellation received. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, have a good night.
Hello? It's almost 1 a.m. I'm starting to think you should probably just stay home.
Flanco traffic, Vision Jet 62 Echo Lima, clear of all runways, taking Alpha to Thunderbird, Flying Cloud. Alright, so now we're just going to taxi to parking via Alpha. Couldn't think what I was going to say there. We're going to cross the other side. Alright. We'll just park where the jets typically go for ease. Ride the edge of the grass here. Ooh, that's a weird crease that doesn't actually exist in real life. Alright. Okay. Cool. Alright. We'll just do a really quick shutdown and then call her a night because I am getting tired. Sweet. Alright, landing lights coming off. We're going to go ahead and kill the fuel pump. Stop the engine. Strobes are coming off. Such a weird procedure turn this had you do. Okay. Alright, so the engine's off, everything's off, right, and generators can come off, and the batteries, there we go. Alright, so, that is that. Just a little flight in the Minneapolis area. Minnesota, the state, really, took off from Fargo to Duluth. The weather has been really interesting in this area for the past 4 days. Visibility has been incredibly low, and it's made for some really fun approaches, so I thought that I would try them out on the sim with better equipment like the Vision Jet. I haven't streamed in a while, so I wanted to, and yeah. I don't know when I'm going to be able to stream again. The schedule is going to get pretty tight. I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to finish up this CFII in real life, but I had a free moment tonight to do so. Thank you to anyone who has joined throughout the stream, and we'll hopefully have an update on Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 and hop back into career mode and crank away at some of those credits and try and start our own company, hopefully after the update comes in. If there is no update, I may just try and ride Microsoft 2024 anyway, just to get back to it and do something different. We'll see. I may just start keep on running VATSIM flights on Microsoft 2020 for the time being, but yeah, so I don't know when I'll be able to stream again, but when I do, hopefully we have something fun and really interesting in store, and you guys will be entertained. And if anyone has any questions or videos, ideas, or anything of that nature, go ahead and leave a comment and let me know what you want to see, and I can make that happen. And I hope everyone had a really excellent holiday. Got to spend time with either their family or themselves, or that someone special, whoever it might be that you spend some time with. Hope you got to do that, and hope everyone has a new year. Here's to a brand new year, 2025. It's going to be good. Things are going to be a lot different, better. No pain for 2025. What do we say? But Happy New Year to everyone, and thanks to anyone who just even scrolls by this video. Really much appreciated, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you soon. Alright, everyone, take care. We will see you.